Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, and so if you're new here, welcome. Today guys, we're going to be talking about the Metamorphosis palette. I had some technical difficulties for the first one and we are doing this all over again. But that's okay because 2 times the charm, which means I can pretty much breeze this review. This, by the way, is by Pink Crush Cosmetics and it's in a collab with a influencer by the name of Christa Rice Makeup. I've never heard of her, but I mean, this palette is gorgeous. And guys, if you see the background looking a little funky, it's because I'm going to be doing a huge declutter video. On top of that, guys, I have two of these palettes, so one of them I will be giving away in that video. The Metamorphosis palette looks just like this. It is about butterflies. Now, of course, by the packaging, I think you could tell this is going to be a blue and purple palettes. The sleeve looks just like this and the back gives a ton of information. So as usual, you guys have been so far liking this. I haven't heard any complaints at least. If you want to know the details on this, I'm going to put it right here. And of course, you can pause the video to read that right now. Now here are the swatches for the palette. This is done 1 to 2 times. Honestly, the shadows really do feel nice. The formula does feel just a little bit more loose than other ones. Like it's not as super pressed in, which honestly I kind of like better. I didn't have anything super negative to say. This, by the way, is how the inside looks. I was going to completely skip that. Let me show you guys how that looks. Isn't that gorgeous? Now I know that these two, the white here and the white here, look very, very similar, but I promise you they are totally different. I used almost every single shadow in this palette except for blue, what is it? Morpho. This one up here. This is a matte. Let me go ahead and show you guys some live swatches. I am going to take, of course, so soft, blue Morpho, because I don't use her. And let me see, I want to take purple Emperor, because I use that to like blend in 2 of the other shimmers. And let's go ahead and take Ultraviolet, which is also so soft. Purple. Alright, I'm going to put them right here. Here's 1, 2, oof, and 3. Oops, sorry about that. I didn't give that justice, but look at that right there. I'm going to do one more for purple. Ultraviolet, excuse me. Right here. So you guys can see it. Yes, that is the swatches for those 3. Now, in terms of the formula, you guys, the shadows blend really nicely with each other. I didn't see any patchiness. Again, I use 11 out of 12 shadows, so I feel like I could say this very confidently. No patchiness. Let's just dive into the eyes. I feel like you guys will get a better idea of this palette when you get to see it in action, so let's just start that right now. Alright guys, we're going to be using 3 brushes today. The same 2 that I've been using lately, which is an angle brush and a smudger brush. Yes, a smudger brush. But today I'm also going to be using a flat, kind of dense brush, which is also used for concealer, just to cut my crease and to pat down the concealer. I haven't cut my crease in a long time, but I figured today is the day to do it. And of course, as the base for my eye, I'm going to be using Kylie Cosmetics Makeup Concealer. First shadow I'm going to be dipping into with the angled brush, which is, by the way, the Alter Ego number 11. Sorry, number 10 brush if you have it. It's going to be XOXO. I'm going to take a little bit of this, like very little bit of this, because my face is done. I mean, a quick way to avoid that is just to put a lot of like setting powder underneath the eye, but I don't like to do that sometimes. I don't know. I feel like I have to be in the mood for that. But I'm just going to put this across the lid like so. I mean, I wish you guys could have seen the amount I had on my brush. It was very little. And look. Woo. It's really not a joke. I'm going back in, but again, only going very, very little. This palette is extremely pigmented, and I didn't experience any fallout, and I feel like it's because I went in a little bit at a time. Otherwise, yeah, I probably would have had a lot of fallout. And I'm just gonna bring this back to a very dramatic wing. You guys know me. Go big or go home. Same brush, but the next shade I'm going to go into is Wingspan. So knock some of that off right there. And I'm just going to go above what I just did, just to make the line soft. No harsh lines whatsoever. And I'm just going to spread it out Again, zipping in. Just gonna blend this little by little. I don't want to do too much because then I'm going to take away from the dark blue, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to go in a little at a time. Next, I'm going to take the smudger brush, which is actually the Alter Your number 11 brush. I'm going to go into Chrysalis, and I'm going to put it right here. I know normally I do this at the end, but I'm just going to go in the order which I was playing these shadows in because I put a lot more on this side than I did on this side. But I mean, it's just, let's just make it even. I'm just going to put a little bit more right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease. And I'm just going to follow the crease line. I'm going to go a little bit more up. This is probably the most difficult part for me because instead of just looking up and doing that, I create my own line. If you ever don't know where your line should be, a trick would be to put concealer here and just look up and side to side and your line will show. But I like to be a little bit more dramatic. I like to go a little bit higher, so that doesn't work for me. And then the other part that's a little difficult too is matching this eye to this eye. Ooh, I think this side dips more than this side. Like I can't tell. Alright, so this is the fun part. It's the same brush that I was just using, except we're going to play with some shimmers. So first I'm going to go with Cold Blooded down here. Like so. And I'm going to start back here and just start placing, oh, goodness gracious. That is so pretty. Like it's just so, so gorgeous. I can't stand it. This is absolutely beautiful. Sticking with that same brush, I'm going to go in with Free Spirit, the purple, which of course you guys know I had to go into. So I'm going to put this right here. Like so pretty. It's really something. No finger application, which is really nice. Not that, you know, it doesn't bother me that much. If I can go with a finger and make that palette work, I'll do what I gotta do. You guys know that. I've done that so many times. If you're new here, hi. I try to make palettes work. But when you don't have to go in with a finger, that's even better. Like, oh, it's just so good. I don't know how to pronounce the next one. Chitin. I was like, chitin?
Chitin.
Chitin?
Chitin.
Chitin?
Yeah, it's kind of like shitting, but with a C. It's exactly like shitting, but with a C.
Chitin? Chitin? Sorry, the English language is ridiculous because that doesn't look like chitin at all. Chitin.
Chitin.
They get it. They hear it. It's chitin. Chitin is next. Use the same brush. Chitin. I don't think I'm gonna get over that. But here she is. She's pretty. That's besides the point. And I'm gonna put this right here. Oh, goodness gracious. Now this one, I'm not gonna lie. At first I was like, wait, where is it? And then when I looked closer, I was like, oh gosh. This is absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna put it first and then I'll talk to you guys afterwards. Because you might see it as I move with it on. I'm going to go a little bit on top of the purple. But like, can you see it? Look at that. Oh. It's so pretty. Next I'm going to take, and I can't pronounce it, it is Purple Emperor. Here we go. There it is. Ooh. Oh wow, and the camera looks purple. But to me it looks blue because it's duochrome. It's gorgeous. Point blank. And I'm putting this in between the purple and the blue, basically on my outer V portion of the eye. This whole thing just blends so beautifully. I love it. It's so pretty. This one alone, this Purple Emperor, I'm just gonna put a little bit more, is absolutely gorgeous. I wanted to put as many shimmers as possible on my lid because it's really pretty. The next shimmer I'm going to put on is Transformation. Now, this one you kind of have to pay close attention to. I feel like I can see it, but I'm not sure if you guys will be able to see it. Take a little bit more. It's on my brush. I'm going to put it right here. I hope you guys see this because it really does transform. No, okay. This eye look, right? I'm going to put it in a corner of my eye and a little bit on top of Cayenne. Can you guys see that? You can see that. It's beautiful. Like, I know it looks like there's two whites here, like I said earlier, but these two, they're so different. And that one's gorgeous. I honestly love Transformation more than that one. I mean, that one's pretty too, but this one, it's got shifts to it. Absolutely gorgeous. Now, before I go down to lower lash line, I am going to bring back the dark blue a little bit. Times that can be lost when you add so many colors. But this time I'm going to use the flat brush because I want to do a very fine line of it. I'm not trying to use a huge brush. Something like so. Okay, we are down to the smudger brush and the lower lash line. And we have, I think, 3 more shadows to use. We're going to start with the, of course, XOXO skeleton. I'm going to drag it from the back right here. Again, going a little at a time. Don't want any fallout on my face. I'm going to drag it to about the middle portion of the lower lash line. I'm going to continue with Ultraviolet right here. And I'm going to put that for the remainder. Oh, took too much off of the lower lash line. I'm going to go in with Pink Nectar. It's a very soft, like lavender. And I'm going to go in a little bit at a time and just run it underneath both of those shadows. You're going to see that harsh line disappear. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into Transformation. And I'm just going to bring her down to the lower lash line, that front part. So it looks like it's going from here to here, just like so. Alright, I'm going to go put on the liner and the lashes, and I'll be right back. And that's it. Here's the look, guys. Of course, as usual, let me know your thoughts about it down below. Alright, guys, that's of course my final thoughts on the Metamorphosis palette by Pink Crushed Cosmetics and Christa Rice Makeup. This palette is amazing. You're not going to waste your money. You're not going to be disappointed. So if you are into purples and blues, I would highly recommend getting this. Of course, you guys know I love supporting indie brands. So this is probably, I gotta get more from this brand. If this one's like this, I can imagine the other ones. So yep, that's all my thoughts for today. Of course, leave all your thoughts and comments down below. Let me know if you're going to get this, or let me know if you're thinking of getting something else, maybe, because I think they're coming out with a different palette. Not sure, but regardless, of course, leave me everything down below, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.